The moment you pick up your keys, something changes. Maybe you've seen it happen hundreds of times. Your dog is resting peacefully on the floor. Their breathing is slow. Their eyes are half closed. Then you stand up, grab your shoes, reach for your bag, and suddenly they are watching you, not casually watching, studying you. Every movement matters. Before you've even touched the front door, your dog already knows what's about to happen. Most people assume the reaction is simple. Your dog doesn't want to be alone. They're attached, maybe a little needy, maybe a little spoiled, but neuroscience tells a very different story. What your dog feels when you leave home has almost nothing to do with clinginess and everything to do with one of the most extraordinary emotional partnerships ever created in nature. Because when that door closes behind you, your dog isn't simply noticing your absence. Their brain is responding to the disappearance of what it considers its primary source of safety. And the science behind that response is far deeper than most dog owners realize. Understand what your dog feels when you leave. You first need to understand how dogs see you. Researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest conducted studies using a framework originally designed for human infants. It's called the Ainsworth-Strange Situation Test, one of the most influential attachment experiments ever created. The purpose was simple: determine whether dogs form attachment bonds with humans in the same way children form attachment bonds with parents. The results surprised even many scientists. When owners left the room, dogs displayed the same behavioral patterns seen in securely attached toddlers. They showed proximity-seeking behavior. They experienced separation distress, and when their owners returned, they quickly regained emotional stability. In other words, your dog doesn't merely recognize you. Your dog uses you as an emotional anchor. Research found that approximately 61% of dogs display secure attachment patterns. That's remarkably similar to the percentage found in human children. Think about what that means. Out of all the people your dog could trust, all the animals they could follow, all the places they could feel safe, they chose you. You became their secure base, the place their nervous system returns to when the world feels uncertain, which means every goodbye carries more emotional weight than you might imagine. But attachment is only part of the story. The deeper explanation lives inside the chemistry of the brain. A study published in the journal Science, led by researchers at Azabu University in Japan, revealed something extraordinary about the relationship between dogs and humans. It starts with a glance. Your dog looks into your eyes. Your brain responds by releasing oxytocin. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone. It's involved in trust, affection, social connection, and parental attachment. As your oxytocin rises, you naturally engage more warmly with your dog. You smile, you pet them, you speak softly, and then something remarkable happens. Your dog's oxytocin levels rise too. A feedback loop begins. Dog looks at owner. Owner releases. Oxytocin. Owner responds warmly. Dog releases oxytocin. The bond strengthens again and again, day after day. Year after year, scientists tested this same process with wolves raised by humans from birth. The loop didn't happen. The wolves could recognize humans. They could cooperate with humans, but the powerful hormonal feedback system seen in dogs simply wasn't there. Somewhere during thousands of years of evolution, dogs developed a biological pathway specifically designed to connect emotionally with people. Your dog's brain is literally wired to form relationships with humans in a way no wolf ever could. And when you leave the house, that chemical connection doesn't suddenly switch off. Instead, your dog experiences the temporary loss of one of its strongest emotional regulators. Even physical contact plays a role. Research shows that just 10 Minutes of affectionate interaction between dogs and owners can significantly reduce cortisol levels in both species. Cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone. Lower cortisol means greater calm, greater emotional stability, greater feelings of safety. When you spend time cuddling your dog before bed, playing with them on the couch, or simply sitting together quietly, you're not just creating memories, you're actively shaping each other's physiology. And that's where the story becomes even more fascinating. Because this connection didn't begin in your living room. It began long before cities existed, long before farming, long before recorded history. Imagine a cold night 15,000 years ago. Streetlights, no houses, no electricity, only darkness. A small human campfire flickers beneath the stars. Beyond the firelight, shadows move. Wild wolves watch from a distance. Most keep their distance, but a few linger. Generation after generation, the less fearful wolves gained advantages from living near humans. Food, scraps, protection, warmth. Eventually, something unprecedented happened. Two species began evolving. Together, not side by side. Together, one of the most moving pieces of evidence comes from Eti, burial site in Germany dating back roughly 14,000 years. There, archaeologists discovered the remains of a dog buried alongside humans. Further analysis revealed that the animal had suffered from canine distemper as a puppy. Without intensive care, it would have died. Yet it survived for weeks. Humans had fed it, protected it, nursed it through its illness. For more than a month, people cared for a sick dog with no practical benefit to themselves. Pause and think about that. Thousands of years before modern veterinary medicine, thousands of years before pet stores, thousands of years before dog beds and chew toys, humans were already sacrificing time and resources to save a dog's life. The emotional bond was already there, and evolution left its fingerprints on the DNA itself. Scientists have identified genetic changes associated with hypersociability in dogs, particularly involving regions linked to chromosome 6. These genetic differences help explain why dogs are unusually motivated to seek human attention, affection, and social contact. Humans didn't merely tame dogs. Over thousands of generations, we shaped each other's biology. Your dog's desire to be near you isn't an accident. It's written into their genes. Which brings us to one of the strangest contradictions in all pet psychology. Objectively, dogs can disrupt sleep. Anyone who shares a bed with a dog already knows this. The shifting, the stretching, the sudden dream running. At 3 in the morning, the mysterious ability to occupy 80% of a mattress despite weighing less than 50 pounds. Data from institutions like the Mayo Clinic suggests that pets can interrupt normal sleep cycles, yet many owners report something completely different. They feel better, rested with their dog nearby. How can both things be true? Part of the answer may come from research conducted at the University of Jyväskylä in Finland. Scientists studying human-animal relationships have explored how emotional bonds influence physiological regulation. One particularly important concept is heart rate variability, often called HRV. HRV reflects how effectively your nervous system adapts to stress and recovery. Higher HRV is generally associated with better emotional regulation and resilience. When bonded individuals rest together, their physiological rhythms can begin to synchronize. This process is known as co-regulation. In simple terms, two nervous systems start influencing each other. Your emotional state affects theirs. Their emotional state affects yours. And when that bond is strong enough, the presence of the other individual can create a powerful sense of safety. Your dog isn't Just lying beside you, their nervous system is communicating with yours. Their breathing, their relaxation, their calm presence all become signals. Your brain interprets as safety. An unfamiliar stranger in your bed wouldn't create this effect, but a trusted dog often can, which makes the next part especially important. Because if your dog suddenly stops sleeping near you, you should pay attention, not panic. But pay attention, dogs are creatures of habit, especially when those habits involve attachment and security. A sudden change often means something has changed inside them. 1. Possibility is physical discomfort. Many dogs begin showing signs of arthritis long before obvious limping appears. In fact, reluctance to jump onto furniture or climb into bed can be one of the earliest warning signs. Your dog may still greet you happily. They may still eat normally, yet hidden joint pain may already be affecting their behavior. Another possibility becomes more common with age: canine cognitive dysfunction, sometimes called dog dementia. Research suggests that approximately 35% of dogs over 8 years old show some level of cognitive decline. Sleep patterns become disrupted. Spatial memory weakens. Familiar routines begin to change. A dog that once slept beside you every night may suddenly wander the house at odd hours or seem uncertain about where they belong. These changes aren't acts of stubbornness, they are medical signals, and the earlier they're recognized, the more support your dog can receive. Which brings us back to where we started. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're clinging to the edge of the mattress. Your dog has somehow expanded to the size of a small continent. One paw is across your leg. Their breathing is slow, peaceful, steady. Scene that millions of dog owners know by heart. But now it looks different because your dog didn't end up there by accident. They didn't choose that spot because it happened to be comfortable. They chose it because generations of evolution taught them that being close to their trusted human increases safety. Their brain chemistry reinforces it. Their genetics encourage it. Their attachment system depends on it. Out of every scent in the house, every room, every sleeping place available, they chose you, and perhaps that's the most beautiful part of all. Not that your dog loves being near you, but that every night, without saying a single word, they continue making the same choice. If your dog could sleep anywhere in the world, they would still rather sleep close enough to hear your heartbeat. Drop a comment below and tell me, what percentage of the bed does your dog take up tonight? And if you think that's remarkable, wait until you discover what happens when your dog stares directly into your eyes. Because the neuroscience behind that simple gaze may be even more surprising than everything you've heard today.